Hey there, today I'm going to show you how to draw Goku Super Saiyan 3 from Dragon Ball Z. So let's start with the middle between his eyes with a straight line. And up in the middle here, I'm just going to draw a little line that goes up. And on the right side, let's draw the top edge of his eye. So I'm doing a curve that goes pretty steep. And we'll do the same one on the left side here. So going up from the very top, coming down towards the middle. Now on the insides of the eyes, I'm just going to draw a little short line going outwards, slightly outwards. And from here, I'm going to curve up towards the outer edge of the eye. So going up on one side here, and then I'm going to connect to the top part of that brow. Let's do the same thing on the left side. So curving up, and then drawing an angled line going up to the top. Let's draw the pupils. So I'm going to draw the bottom edge of a circle. Just about here, I'll draw the bottom of the pupils on the left and right side. And just in the middle, I'm just going to draw a little black dot, just like that. Let's draw the little detail underneath each eye. So under here, I'm just going to draw a little angled line under the eye, and then just kind of curve a line out along the bottom edge of the eye. From there, curve a little line out. And I'm just going to draw a second line just to give a little bit of shading underneath that. Above the eyes, let's draw a little bit of a brow or frown line. So I'm just going to draw a couple lines going out above each eye. Let's get down to the nose. So down here, right in the middle, I'm just going to draw a short little line that goes down. On this side, on the left, I'm going to curve out and then go in towards that point. And on the right side, I'm just going to draw a little angled line going outwards. Let's draw the top edge of the mouth. So from the left side, I'm going to curve up towards the right. And on the left side here, I'm just going to draw a straight line going down and in. And the right side, so basically I'm just curving in towards each other. And the bottom edge of the mouth, I'm just going to draw a curved line. On the other side of the mouth, I'm just going to draw two short little lines going in, just to indicate some teeth. And underneath this lip, let's just draw a little short line, just to show the bottom lip. Okay, now let's get up to the top of the head, to the hair. So there's a big bang that kind of comes down in the front. So in the middle, I'm just going to draw a little point. That's my point of reference. Draw an angled line going up. And from here, I'm going to angle down, so curving down towards the eye. And I'm just going to flop this line down past the eye there. Let's go up back into the center here and just draw that curved line that goes up. And this bang, it gets a little bit thicker as it gets in the middle, and then it's going to point towards the middle again. So it kind of goes thick and then thin again. And along here, I'm just going to draw a little bit of detail, so just a little line like that. Let's draw the top edge of the head. So right about here, there's the widow's peak right here. So from the middle, it's going to go up and out. So kind of like that. And it's going to angle out the side, so right about there. So then from these points, I'm going to come in towards the jaw. So the jaw is pretty much at the same level as the mouth. So from this line, I'm going to curve in towards the jaw. And on the right side, I'll come in towards the jaw there. These 2 points are going to come towards the chin. Now the chin isn't a point. It's actually a short little line that goes across like that. So from here, I'm just going to draw a straight line going to that jaw. And then from the left side, a straight line going to that jaw there. Let's get into the ears. So the ears are quite big. So from here, right about the same height as the eye, I'm going to curve out. Let's do the same on the right side, just to balance it out. From here, I'm going to curve down and in. Curving in. And then here, I'm just going to draw a straight line going right into that cheek. Up here on the left, I'm going to draw a little curve along the top. Do a little overlap and just draw a curve going down. And right here, I'm just going to draw a little hook. Let's do that again on the right side. So just going out and curving out. A little overlap coming down. And then just a little hook there for the inner part of the ear. Now, let's get into the most complex part of this design, which is the hair. There's like lots of layers of hair. So we have to draw the top layers first before we get into the back. So here, there's one big hair that comes up pretty high. So here, we go up in an angle. So curving. So the hair sort of goes into angles and breaks and kind of goes up. Here it's going to come down, the curve, and it's going to do a sort of a sharp turn right into the side of the head. Now you don't have to close up the lines all the time. Leaving it open is okay. Along here, I'm just going to draw a couple lines like so, just to show a little bit of the hair strands in there. Let's draw the second there. So behind here, there's another hair that kind of comes up here. So right about here, I'm going to go up. It's going to go up to probably about here. Now there's some, it's not a smooth line, it actually has some hard breaks. So come down like this, and this tucks in behind that hair bang. And from the point here in the middle, it's going to curve in, draw a couple of hair strands like that. Now we can keep continuing on drawing the hair layers, so let's go into the middle here. So there's another hair that goes into the middle. So here I'm just going to curve up to the middle, curve down, and then draw a straight line behind that hair. And again, let's draw a couple of hair strands. Again, you can see that I'm not closing off the lines. It just gives it a little bit of kind of texture. And then along here, let's draw another big hair that goes up here. So there's going to be one that goes like this, goes up, and up like that, and then tuck that in underneath that bang, or that long hair here. And again, I'm just going to layer in some lines. Now let's continue on layering this stuff in. So we got another hair that kind of comes up this way. So right about here, tucks in underneath that hair. And it comes down like this. And then right when it gets to the side of his head, it sort of vanishes. And again, some more texture. We draw one here. So this one actually goes in the opposite direction. This way, comes down. I'll tuck that in like that. And then continue on with more hair in the back here. And then we'll draw another one right about here. So angling in that same direction, splitting it in half, up here, like so. Now you can see that I'm starting with the top first before I get into the side of the head. And the reason is that the body sort of overlaps on top of some of the hairs in the back. So we'll continue down a little bit. So here, there's one that kind of comes up like this towards that ear. It's a curve in like that. There's some hair in like this. And there's another one that goes up here. Like so. Now there's probably another hair that goes up like this. And down. Like that. Now, on either side of the ear, there's these two strands that come out. So I'm going to draw those in first. So right about here, kind of comes out, curves down, and this tucks in behind that ear. You can always split that off. Here I'm going to do the same thing. So come down, up, tuck behind that ear, a strand like that, and then I'm going to layer in the hairs behind it. So the big chunks of hair behind it. That, and we'll draw one more here like so. Like that. Okay, so now we got the base layer here. Let's get into the body before we finish off the rest of the hair. So let's draw the inner part of the under layer shirt. So on either side of the ears, I'm going to draw a curve going down. Okay. And from here, I'm going to close off the front with a curve that goes up. So, and then in the middle, I'm just going to split his chest down the middle like that. And underneath his jaw, I'm going to draw a curve going out on one side, and a curve going out on the other. And then right here, I'm just going to draw two little lines just showing his neckline. Now let's draw the top layer of the vest. So right out on the outside, I'm just going to curve one line out, going out, and then out like this, just across the body. Now here is where I can do an overlap, going across, and tucking this underneath the hair, like so. Now that I got that, I'm going to get into the shoulders. So out here, I'm going to put the shoulders pretty high, right about here, and the shoulders will come up to about here. So on this side, I'm going to curve out. This side, I want to make sure that I have enough room, so it'll be probably right about here. I'm going to curve out like this. This side I'll curve out like that. So here's the edge of his vest. This side I'm going to curve in. So let's curve in the vest on either side. And the reason why I'm going from left to right is just to make sure I have a balance of weight. And from here I'm going to do an overlap. Come down and curve that back in, just to show some layers and some wrinkles in the vest. So here I'll go across and down. Up here you can see this line that comes up. It's going to continue on a little bit here, just to show a little bit of detail, texturing. Do a little curve there. Now we'll get down to the side of the waist. So here I'm just going to curve down. Here I'll curve down. And I'm going to tuck that in. So just bring that all in. And here is where you can just draw a little swoop like that, just to show the fabric is just sort of folded on itself. On the hips, kind of come down like this. And then I'm going to curve this around and just close it off like so. And here, if you want, you can draw a couple wrinkles coming out from the bottom there. Now let's get into the sash. So on either side, I'm just going to come in a little bit on either side, and I'm just going to draw a curve that goes up like so. And if you want, you draw a couple of wrinkles, some curves going across that sash. Let's get into the legs and the hips. So here I'm going to curve out and then down. Here I'm going to curve out and then down. And along the bottom edge of the sash, I'm just going to draw a few lines. I'm just pulling a few lines just to show the pleats of the pant. Here I'm going to come down, just draw and finish off the legs just like that. If you want, you can draw a few wrinkles crossed. Now let's get into the fists and the arms. So I'm going to have his fists up like this. So on either side, we'll make big fists, big knuckles right here. So on this side, I'll draw the thumb first. So let's draw the top edge of the thumb here. And I'm just going to round out the bottom of the thumb. In here, I just want to draw sort of like a rounded out rectangle. Now the fist, you're going to see the front edge of the knuckles. So here, you're going to see along here. So let's start from this corner of the knuckle, curve out, and round out the first knuckle. From here, I'm going to round out the second, third, and then fourth. Now from here, I'm going to bring this into the pinky. So from here, let's go in towards the pinky, and I'm going to do the same thing in reverse. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and then this just gets tucked underneath that thumb. From these points, I'm just going to pull those lines down, like so. Here, I probably want to do a little wrinkle like that, just showing the first knuckle. And along here, I'll just probably draw a little line for the knuckle line. Up here, back at the thumb, I'm going to curve the sort of the meat part of that fist. From here, I'm going to do an overlap, curve up, and I'm going to tuck this in behind that pinky like that. Now there's a very simple and quick and easy fist. So let's draw the wristband. So here I'm going to draw a curve just behind that fist. Now the arm, you're going to see the bicep going to the forearm. So the forearm you're not going to see much of. But here let's draw in a bit of the forearm. So from here, it's going to curve like that. On this side, I'm going to curve in. So there's a little gap here on the forearm. From here, I'm going to draw the bicep going in like so. From here, let's tuck this in underneath that arm, or the chest. Then I'm going to move up a little bit and draw a bit of the bicep there. And here, we're going to drop down a bit and draw the shoulder going right into that bicep there. So there's a very simple arm. Let's draw it again on this side, and I'll show you how it looks on the flip side. So here, I want to make sure that it's at the same height. Let's draw the knuckle for the thumb first. Curve around. And again, we're going to draw that very rounded sort of thumbnail, so the little rectangle there. So from here, we're going to go up towards the first finger knuckle and curve around. So you got 1 knuckle, 2, 3, 4. And from here, I'm just going to curve around to the pinky. And we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and then this is the fourth one that just tucks underneath that finger, or that thumb. And we're going to take these points and just pull them in, just like that. Here, let's curve around and draw a line for the knuckle. From this point, let's draw a curve for the meat of the hand, curving out, and this gets tucked in underneath that pinky. Here we're going to show a little bit of wristband, so just tucking that around like this. From here, we'll curve around, and from here, we'll curve around for the forearm, and then now let's draw the bicep. So we're going to come in a bit, draw a bit of the bicep. Up here, we're going to draw the shoulder going into that bicep. From here, let's tuck this all the way in. So right around like that. Draw a bit of the bicep here, like so. And now we can go in and finish off the hair. So we're going to start up here again, going out and down. We'll tuck that in behind the shoulder. Go back on this side, going down. So draw some more hair like this, coming down like that. And again, if you want, you could draw some hair strands inside, like that. Then the hair is actually going to come down behind its back, so we can actually turn the hair in different directions. You don't have to close them off. You can come in like this. On this side, let's draw some hair going like out. On this side, we'll make it even longer, like so. On this side, let's curve on going out in the opposite direction, just to give it a little bit of shape. Continue down like that, and behind the back. And that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's Goku Super Saiyan 3 from Dragon Ball Z. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please share this with your friends, give us a like, and check out our anime playlist. We have a ton of characters in there. We have a lot more from Dragon Ball Z. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.